Hello, welcome to episode 26. Let's see. Got a few subtopics. There were two Alien shorts released back on Friday. First, let's talk about Alone. Which one was Alone? Let me remember.
Oh, Alone was the Android one, where she's all alone and stuff. She has a face hugger as a pet.
Oh yeah, that one. I'm not gonna lie, this probably was my favorite one. That was pretty cool.
And then it's revealed in the sequel that the same android uses the fully grown Xeno to kill everybody else, and then it kills the android.
Wait, they're connected?
Yeah.
Huh.
Um, at the end of the last episode, when the android smiles at the crowd, and then all of a sudden the drone appears and kills the android, that was connected.
Hmm.
Uh, she
Yeah,
just changed
I
her
really like the story in
appearance.
this one. I do like the ambiguous ending that maybe she got eaten, maybe not.
Well, the android certainly bit the dust. Got a Xeno tail to the chest kind of thing.
Uh,
Yeah, definitely the best shorts of all of them were the last two for sure.
all right. All right. The other short that was released, Harvest. I thought this was pretty cool. Had a really good tension, but kind of like the others that weren't alone. It just felt like I was watching part of an alien movie.
Like I wanted like an hour more.
Yeah. Uh,
Well, Disney owns it now, so it's screwed.
Yeah, speaking of Disney, want to talk about the hot new movie Avengers
Oh
Endgame.
God, I had a hard time sitting through that 3 hour
God, like
train
this
wreck.
was just so planned to give some perspective on how uninterested I was. So I was actually watching it via someone streamed it on Twitch. During that, I was doing math homework and got a decent amount done. After Endgame, I still had more homework to finish because I was stuck on a problem. They put on Spider-Man and then Spider-Man 2. I didn't even try any homework. I was too busy watching it. That's
Spider-Man
pretty
2 is a fucking great movie.
Yeah, I'm gonna bag that. It was so weird. I hadn't seen either before, and I was like, "Wow, this is actually pretty good." So yeah, let's talk about Endgame.
Oh God,
Oh God, I
Endgame.
think one thing it takes like an hour to get going.
And
I
then
get
they
they want
use
to
the
show
most
the end.
cliche, overused time traveling concept.
Yeah, like I get they
Like
want to show the impact, but damn, an hour it just dragged on forever. Like
and
some like
nothing happens.
Yeah, like it's not like there was a struggle to get them back. The only one that took some resistance was Iron Man, and it wasn't. He didn't even have much resistance. He just eventually gave in.
I've
So
literally forgotten half the movie since I've seen it. That's like how boring it was to me.
yeah, I think. Do you want to really? Okay, so it was one. All right, I could remember time travel, but it's implied when you change the past, it just creates a new timeline. So when the characters go off into different sections, are they all creating different timelines? Because at the end, Captain America was supposed
Don't
to,
give Disney ideas.
because they
Oh
were
God.
Captain America was supposed to return the Infinity Stones to make it act like they never disappeared, but if they all went to different sections of time and they all create their own timelines, how would he jump between the timelines? I'm did I miss something or did I just?
Um, let's just move on, or let's keep moving on through the movie. When they brought out all the females, and there was like a cringe moment where they're all like, "Yeah, we're females. Let's fight all the bad guys together."
Wait,
I legit couldn't believe what I was seeing.
wait, when
I
did that
just,
happen? Because I don't remember that. Must have been too
well,
paying attention to math homework.
um, Captain America like pops up randomly, and like all the girls like huddle around her, and then like everybody in the theater was like, "Girl power," and I'm like, "Oh my God, I
Oh,
can't."
when they're around Captain Marvel, you mean?
Yeah, like the girl,
Oh yeah,
the
like
all
shout out to
girl
Captain
superhero
Marvel who
scene.
just shows up to like take to get grab like the ship thingy. Like wow, like the great Deus Ex Machina. And she was. It's
Like
not like
that all
it
female
would have been
scene
more
was so
satisfying if she
unnecessary.
was like in the movie before, like she was doing
I just
something, so she didn't feel like just there.
It's easily one of my least favorite superhero movies ever made. Like,
It's super like it sounded good on like the concept wasn't super bad on paper. It's just There was, I think
I
the
don't know. I don't know how people are praising this movie like they are. Like they're giving it like the same kind of ratings as Dark Knight, and The Dark Knight is like 100 million times
because
the superhero movie.
they make them feel emotional or something. I don't fucking know.
The Dark Knight, just one scene of Dark Knight is like better than the
Yeah,
entire
like the
entirety of the
scene where
Endgame movie.
Joker's like hit me, and then Batman just does voice Joker. That damn, there's that scene just reveals so much more character than the entirety of Endgame.
Yeah,
Like
and
I
you don't
could,
need a cringy all-female cast to do it.
or
I'm not even sexist, and I hate that crap, man. It's
yeah,
like,
nah, they're
why?
just trying. Yeah, the all female cast movies like the Ghostbusters and Ocean 8, they're just they're not even like genuine attempts at being progressive. They just are lazy. They're bad. They're just bad movies. I refuse to watch them.
The first, the 15-minute opening of Dark Knight is better than the entire 3 hours of Endgame.
Oh my god.
Like, I don't know how people think this is a good superhero movie or a good movie in general. It does not, in
You
my
know,
personal
because
opinion, it
it's
deserves
I
a
guess they just
6.5
like
at most.
they think it's fun, or I don't fucking know. I don't know.
And that
Uh,
CGI Captain America at the end, I couldn't believe what I was
that
seeing.
was
I'm like,
so
my
like
God.
I'm still trying to figure out how that screws up the timeline.
Yeah, wouldn't he just like poof back into existence? Like, and there'd be like a second Captain America?
Um.
I,
Uh.
I just
Or,
don't.
or is it
It's just
trying to operate under Bill and Ted logic, where the captain, where it was always there, and uh, uh, I don't
all in
fucking.
all, Endgame is literally one of the worst superhero movies ever. And if you give it a 9, you're a fucking moron.
Yeah, this movie is really. This movie, I don't think it's a terrible movie, but it's just really soulless, empty, and I felt like I watched literally nothing after all 3 hours.
I don't even remember half the fucking movie, and I just watched it. I feel
Yeah, there's not
like
much.
last
Here's
week.
what happens: they assemble the team, they get the stones, snap, fight Thanos, Iron Man dies, and that's the end.
Like, and then you got that cringy scene where Captain America like can apparently pick up Thor's hammer out of nowhere
Oh
now.
yeah, that was so weird. I was like, what?
And everybody in the theater clapped, and I wanted to get out of there so
Oh,
fucking
oh,
badly.
oh!
Like, oh
Also,
my
speaking of
God.
Captain America, that Captain America versus Captain American fight was so poorly edited. They did so many quick shots, and their points I had no idea what was going on. Like, oh
Yeah,
my
like I'm like, is he fighting like a computer right now? Like, what the fuck's
god!
happening?
Like, it was fight himself from the Avengers. I think. Like then I
It,
was like one during that fight I was thinking about the beginning fight of Glass, which was so well edited. And I was like,
yeah, like the warehouse scruffle between David and Beast. It only lasts for like a minute and a half, but it's like more impactful than all the
yeah,
fights in
because it's
Endgame.
mainly because it's so smooth. It's not like super chaotic. You expect
It's
like
just
they do lots of longer takes. It's
M Night showed us what would really happen if two overpowered fuckers started brawling.
yeah.
It wouldn't be explosions and like debris everywhere. It would literally just be like you trying to strangle the other guy out.
I love Easter Trilogy.
And then
Um,
the final scuffle in the parking lot was pretty well edited too.
yeah, that was such an intense moment. I was just at the edge of my seat. That
You
uh,
you will learn to kneel before the broken. And then David like hits him a bunch of times and doesn't really do anything.
Um, anything else to say about Endgame?
Um,
Also Thanos got also it's kind of disappointed by the lack of Thanos. He was like the best part of Infinity War, to be for sure. Like I really like this subplot.
and why did they make Thanos CGI? Like, why not just have a real person play him? Like that always bugged me about these two movies.
Uh, yeah, I
Like,
think it'll be really hard to do Thanos exactly with practical effects, but feel free to prove me wrong.
that entire final battle was so CGI'd, I could barely understand what was going on.
Yeah, it was.
Like,
I don't remember how
and
that
then like
went.
Iron Man, like Deus Ex Machina's his way to victory. Like, I'm like,
Yeah, just
who writes
got
this
the
crap?
Infinity Gauntlet and then snap. Yeah, so
The MCU needs to go away. I'm
yeah,
so
it needs
tired of
to
seeing these
fucking like
mediocre
if
films.
no joke, if Endgame was the last Marvel movie, I would actually like it more. Same thing with Infinity War. Those both would have been great ends to the series, but no.
But no, we got 30 more movies. I mean, jeez.
Yeah, I
Fucking
wonder
hate
how they're
Marvel.
gonna top the stakes now. That's the big concern since everyone had since Infinity War.
We need superhero movies like Unbreakable.
Yeah,
We
we
need
straight
those
up
kind of
do.
superhero movies.
We need someone who could try some crazy new ideas, not the same shit again and again. But anyway, enough of that mediocrity. Let's talk about the movie I picked. Spring, summer, fall, winter, and spring. It's a movie about a boy growing up under the care of a monk as his life passes like the seasons. What did you think of this film?
Very genius, very well written. Uh, it doesn't tell and show too much.
Yeah, there's a
There's
lot of
there's very few dialogue in the movie. It's all up to your interpretation. Basically, like what happens to the master monk. It's all up into it's
yeah, we're
all up
spoiling
to your
this film by the
interpretation.
way. So if you've never seen this, and you really should, don't watch this.
It's top tier Korean cinema for sure.
Yeah. There's a lot of
Top five
like
for
there was
me.
a lot of small details I appreciate, like how each season the master has a different pet. Like spring, he had a cat with like some brown spots and white. Fall, he had a rooster, and then winter, he had a white cat. I think the rooster is like a very obvious symbol for the boy's like sexual awakening, like how roosters are used to wake people up.
Yeah, that movie's a 10 out of 10 for me. Like, I really enjoyed how that movie looked and
Okay,
felt.
there's a lot of stuff like this is I don't know if this meant to anything, but like remember when the master was talking about like the herb with the white line is deadly.
Yeah.
Yeah, like and when you see the rock, it's tied up. It forms a white line through it. It's like this. It's like a death sentence.
Yeah, the main theme of the movie, in my opinion, is the weight of your actions can mess you up for even decades.
Oh yeah, because
Because eventually the monk becomes the master, and it's like a repeat of time, like the
yeah,
same.
because the new kid was doing the same shit again.
So the main theme of the movie is basically like time repeats itself. Like things can just repeat itself if you're not careful.
All right, let's see. Let me try.
Um,
Uh,
I love the cinematography. I love the way each shot is kind of like thought out. Like you can tell that a lot of the shots are thought out from a
yeah,
creative standpoint.
yeah. This movie looks absolutely beautiful. Let's see. Oh, what's your opinion on the inside with they had a door but there was no wall between it, so the door was
That's a
literally
metaphor for that a door can hold you back in life.
yeah,
Like a
even
door,
when there's really no
walk around it.
barrier. It's like
hmm
a mental thing. There's no actual barrier, but
The film has a lot of metaphors in it. It's basically like a film about metaphors themselves. Um, but it's not like shoved down your throat like Marvel and stuff does. Like it's very elegant in how it presents the metaphors to you. Like you have to pay attention to the scene to really absorb what it's trying to tell. Like for instance, the first season, Spring, at the beginning of the movie, the monk starts crying when the snake dies, and that's pretty much a metaphor and foreshadowing for the sadness that he'll feel the rest of his life.
yeah.
And the master even mentioned that if one of the animals dies, and you'll always have it in your heart as sadness. And I
Yeah,
guess he was right.
but weird. The first animal he was just like whatever with the fish, but then it was the snake that triggered him. Like,
Yeah. And then when the master dies in a suicide, you can see a snake swimming away as if incarnation.
yeah, like the snake is carrying all the badness.
It's
Yeah.
definitely a 10 out of 10 film, and it deserves it too. We need films like this nowadays. Like
Yes, thankfully people do make films that are not stupid garbage.
Yeah.
they just get destroyed in the box office. Like there's this one movie that's out in theaters, High Life. I really want to see it. There's no theaters playing near me because like the local art house theater, it has 3 screens. 2 of them are dedicated to Endgame right now. They're
Holy
gonna be
fuck.
dedicated and do. They're gonna do stuff for the next week. It's not showing High Life. I really wanted to see High Life in theaters. It looks
I
fucking
really,
awesome.
really, really don't understand how people can think Endgame's a 9 or a
It's
10 out
probably
of
because
10
they don't.
film.
It's because most people who see Marvel movies don't watch a lot of movies, so they don't really get these. They probably don't even know. I'm probably sure if I interviewed the majority of people who saw Endgame in theaters, they probably have no idea what this movie is.
Or even like something like Shawshank Redemption, which is one of the
I
greatest
know
movies ever
everyone
as
knows
well.
about that movie. Okay, that's not a good example at all.
Well, that's debatable actually. I know a lot of
And
people that have
no,
never
that
seen
is
that
a
movie.
that's kind of a normie movie. It's a really great normie movie, but it's a normie
The
movie.
best King adaptation so far.
That's a debatable
Even The
one.
Shining isn't as good
That's
as
a
an
debatable
adaptation.
one. Let me see. I got a lot I want to talk about. What do you think is the difference between the 2 statues they pray to? One is like this woman,
I don't
and
think there's really any difference. I just think the statue represents maturity in the main character.
well, I feel like the deer, because the deer one is, if I remember correctly, was only used when the monk was inappropriately touching the woman. I can't
I
really
just
recall.
think the statue represents the character's heart, and that's why he carries it with him when he leaves.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that makes sense. Well, the woman statue, definitely. I think the deer statue is supposed to be like a forgiveness one, and then the woman statue like general praying. So yeah, I think they have
Yeah,
different purposes.
if you were to watch this film, I have some advice. Make sure you pay attention to pretty much every scene because you might notice something.
Yeah, there's
That's
there's even small stuff like what like after the woman like the scene after the woman leaves when the boys sleep in the master, like they showed a shot of 2 dragon heads facing each other that were not there for. I guess it's like I guess it can be seen
um,
like 2 lovers far away.
I think the movie in its core is absolutely the concept of history repeats itself. You know that concept that's
Yeah,
sometimes thrown around.
yeah, because the kids still doing dumb stuff.
Yeah, in
Yeah,
the seasons on repeat
I got a
before the
lot.
movie ends.
I still got a lot of notes I want to talk about. Let me look.
I have to pick a movie for next week.
Well, we still got some other stuff I want to talk about. Don't I want to have some good, lengthy, thoughtful discussions.
Well, this episode's been almost 30 minutes.
It
Well,
hasn't
20
even
minutes
hit the
rather.
20-minute mark yet, and it's mostly because
But,
of other stuff. We hit the discussion this film 10 minutes in.
I mean, we can discuss more. It's just I don't really know what else to discuss about.
I take notes. Do you ever take notes on the movies?
I take notes mentally. I'm good at that stuff.
I recommend taking notes physically because you might end up forgetting something. Trust
Well,
me.
considering that movie was a genuine masterpiece, I don't think I'm going to be forgetting anything about it anytime soon.
Let me think. What else? Oh, remember how the rooster was like set free? Same thing with the white cat.
Oh yeah, I went on the boat.
Yeah, they went up. Alright, so I already talked about how the rooster is like the symbol of sexual awakening. So I guess when it leaves, it's like it goes with it's following him, following him outside the main area, and it ends up screwing him over. I think like the white cat is are supposed to be like a redemption, a cleansingness with because of the white snow.
Well, Buddhas and monks they believe that if you find inner peace, then the world around you will change into something nice.
So like when the white cat leaves, the world changes to something nice.
Yeah, it changes something nice for the main character because he realizes that after he left, that he needs to become like the master wanted him to be always.
Yeah, like trying to
And
be.
uh,
Um.
and this is actually shown in the winter segment quite a bit because the master's not around anymore,
Oh
and you can
yeah.
see the main character adapting a lot of what the master taught him.
Oh yeah, like even like takes that book of martial arts and just does it because I guess that's what the master did.
Yeah,
What else?
he spent 20 years for murder, and he came back basically changed monk.
Yeah. Let's see what
And
else.
the master was long gone, sadly.
What do you think the gate represents? Because every section
The
they
gate represents entering and exiting our heart, unlike what we experience in life.
yeah. Oh, so like I can see that. Like the lake is like the body, the house is the heart,
hmm And
and
the front gate is basically your gateway to emotions and experience in life.
yeah.
It it's all that's what makes a good movie good. Is when you can leave something up into interpretation and people still talk about it to this day.
Yeah, like well, even just give us a really interesting thing we can reflect on.
Yeah, like I can connect with the main character monk a little bit because I was a ruffian growing up, and it really changes how you think when you get older.
Yeah, I think we were all really a little crazy when we were kids.
And the master represents parenthood and like how you can mold your child or pupil into whatever.
Yeah, because he does mold them up. He is basically a parent.
And another thing I really liked about this film, from a creative standpoint, was its use of colors. Like it was a very vibrant green and blue colored movie. Like it looked like nature, and I love that stuff in movies when the colors like really
Yeah, I
on
love
point.
good color palette. I love good color.
That's why I didn't really like Endgame. Endgame just felt like a very flat color. Like it's so hard to
Yeah,
explain.
yeah. Marvel movies tend to like even I don't know if you saw Thor Ragnarok, but it almost had a real good colorful color palette, but all the colors felt like they were dulled out. I'm pretty sure they were because if you've seen any other movie directed by Taika Waititi, who does lots of great movies, the colors are very vibrant. Like I think he was trying to do the same with Ragnarok, but it got dulled out
Oh
and
wait, another thing. Did you notice the colors started to become duller when the winter season was almost over? Like I just noticed that the colors started to become duller, almost like the monk himself is coming full circle again.
oh, I didn't notice that. Huh.
And then the colors are even more duller when it shows the second kid monk doing exactly what the first main character did.
I guess it means that I guess it's the Doom knowing what he
It's
has to do is raise the kid to not be like him, break the cycle.
it's all interpretation, but I have a strong feeling that movie is a lot based on regret and repeat of time.
Yeah, it is based on interpretation a lot. Like the story is very straightforward, but a lot of subtext you can read into.
I love movies that make you feel like
Yeah,
there was only literally two locations in the entire movie. There was the lake and then the forest surrounding the lake. Those are the
yeah,
only areas of the movie.
it yeah, it's one of those contained type of movies like 12 Angry Men, Lockheed, Glass.
You could feel the world around the lake, even though it's never shown.
Yeah, it felt they felt like a big world.
It's definitely a movie to be studied for sure.
Yeah,
It's not my favorite Korean movie I've ever seen, but it's my top five. Memories of Murder and I Saw the Devil and a few others are like my top list too.
reminder, I saw the Devil direct remake coming from Adam Wingard.
Oh my god!
God.
But yeah, I gotta go. But
Wait, we
this
got
was
to do
actually a
Q
fun
and A real
episode.
quick.
Oh yeah, do Q&A because I gotta go.
Oh shit. All right. Let's make this really quick. Sorry, I didn't even know he had to go. First question: will Peter be attending 2019 North American Speedrun Assembly to review movies there? No, I don't have a car. I can't go, and I don't have a passport. And my family freak out if I go hang out with internet strangers. All right. Second question from Stop Posting These. Wes, you fucking retard.
Got a question.
All right, Bhill, what do you recommend for next episode?
Let me think for a second before I go to give you a good to give a good pick for next week.
Yeah. Also, next week is the last week of semester, so I don't think I'll be able to do episodes during the
Oh
summer.
yeah, have you seen Taken Shelter
No,
or Take Shelter?
no, I've not.
It's a genre bending, unique take on apocalypse stuff, and it's got one of my favorite it's got one of my favorite performances from a thriller movie mystery. Yeah, Take Shelter. Let's do that next
All
week.
right, take shelter. All right, we'll do that next time.
All right, thank you. This is a good app, and make sure to watch this movie: spring, summer, fall, and spring.
Spring, summer, fall,
Um,
winter, and spring.
yeah.
It's a long title.
It's you can watch it online or get the DVD, whatever you have to do. Watch this movie. It's worth it.
I'm gonna back that. It's not even super long. It's like hour 40 without credits, and it's over an hour shorter than Endgame.
Yeah, and it's like 100% less boring
Yeah.
than Endgame. All right, see ya.
All right, see ya.